Hold My Drink with Charleen and Ellie, a GoLoud original.
So that was hard, but then obviously Millie came in there and it was just like, from there on then, it was just plain sailing. Well, most of the time it was plain sailing.
The first time.
Most of the time. But halfway through we went rock bottom and it was absolutely horrendous, but we clawed our way back.
When you come off the show, everyone expects you to know exactly what you're doing and be this instant influencer, and some people aren't made for that.
People saw us there and they were posting and then we got out and then we were still trying to keep it under wraps. And we went on a cruise together.
Yeah.
I posted a photo and then I think Millie's toe was in the background.
Oh, no.
And then,
actually your toe, was it?
I don't know.
The laugh is
No.
on it
I
and on
know,
my
glass.
toe.
Welcome to Hold My Drink with Charleen and Ellie. Our podcast is like a group chat between your best friends. The girls brought you on a night out where you spill all the gossip on relationships, dilemmas and life. If you're a returning listener, welcome back. And if you're a new listener, welcome. Hold My Drink is out for you every Wednesday. We also have bonus episodes every Monday, so you can listen to more of us now on the GoLoud app or wherever you get your podcasts. On this week's episode, we are joined by the winners of Love Island Season 7, Millie Grace Core and Liam Reardon. They let us in on their lives before Love Island, some villa secrets and things they would do differently if they were to do the experience all over again.
We talk about the controversial Casa Amor that year and how they went on to win the whole series after that. Millie and Liam also talk about their breakup last summer, and we were really honest about how it affected the both of them. And then on how they got back, and now they are stronger than ever.
And in love. We can't wait for you to hear this episode, so enjoy. I'm excited for this episode.
I'm smothering.
You're dying, yeah.
Like,
Is it all up in your grill?
it's all up in my... It's
All
everywhere.
up in your grill.
It's from the top of my head to the bottom of my toes. I'm just smothering.
Do you feel crispy, like?
I just feel knackered.
Yeah.
Like, exhausted.
Like you sleep forever.
Yeah.
But you power through.
Power trip.
You haven't missed one thing.
Unwillingly. I feel like when I get sick real bad. I have the worst immune system in the entire world. Just my mum says, fucking always something wrong with you.
Yeah, you do get sick.
I have a very bad immune system.
I think I got it, but then I didn't get it. I fought it off.
I let it just take me over and I wallowed in it.
No, I didn't do anything to fight. I think my body was just fighting it because I was like, why am I so tired? Like I was just wall falling by like 6 o'clock.
I was falling asleep in the car. That's how I knew. I drove up and down to Limerick no, not me driving.
Oh.
I was in the back of my car. Quiva was driving, and I fell asleep on the drive down and the drive home. And I woke up, and you know when you wake up in the car and you're real delirious. I was like,
Yeah, no, where
I
am I?
never do that. Yeah,
No.
had my coat and all on me the whole time. I was like, what is going on? I was like, something wrong with me.
And do you have the sweats?
Yeah, sweating. Had no appetite and it started to be. My nose just running like a tap.
Up that, I'm like, skinny.
yeah, woohoo!
And then you make up for it after.
I know, yeah.
I always do that.
But
I was like that. I had no appetite for 2 days. And I was like, I can't even eat. She's like, just because you have no appetite doesn't mean you shouldn't eat.
Yeah, you
All right
shouldn't.
then.
Yeah.
So, like,
I was like, okay, I need to.
just
yeah,
the time
other
of
than
year.
that.
I always get sick in February.
Do you?
Don't know why. I think it's the change of weather that always gets me.
Mm.
Whereas it's been cold now for a while for me.
I don't mind. Like, I like this time of year. I love this time of year.
Oh, I hate it.
Love this time of year. I just hate everything that comes along with it. Like,
I like Christmas, but what ruins it for me is like, it's so frantic. Like everyone's just stressed and running around. And by the time Christmas comes, you're bollocksed.
yeah. And then it's one day and then it's,
Yeah.
all right, what then?
Yeah. I remember when I worked in retail as well. I hate Christmas.
I loved Christmas at retail. That was my favourite time.
No, it did ruin at the time.
We used to make hampers in England, and
I'm being dramatic.
I used to love people coming up. Like, you just get all the fellas coming up being like, here, if I give you €100, like, not me, obviously.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I pay €100, will you pick out €100 worth of products? And I was like, yeah, do you want me to wrap it and all
Oh,
for you?
that's fun.
Yeah.
And that is
So I was
fun.
making
would
all
like
these little
that.
hampers, and I used to bring them home, like,
I
and
would like that.
glitter, and like, loved it.
Yeah.
Loved
No.
making the hampers. But,
I just
Yeah.
worked, because you're in a lot of hours at Christmas time.
mm,
And because I was in college as well, I was up to 90.
yeah, no, definitely didn't have that either.
But it is nice seeing everyone with the holiday
It's
cheer.
adorable.
Yeah, and buying all the men panic buying.
The Christmas
Christmas
ads
Eve.
are sending me west, though. Did you see that one? That was it in Carlo? They made it or something.
The old man.
When I tell you, I was like
Inconsole.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god, I was a blubbering mess watching that. Like seeing like him saying hello to people on the street and they just looked past him. I was like, you fucking arsehole.
I know. Say hello to that man.
I always give a little smile to someone if they pass
Yeah,
me, even
so
if they
would I.
look at me weirdly. Like, who's
Yeah.
this freak trying to say hello to me?
Yeah.
You make someone's day doing that. And
you little old man.
yeah, if they're like, how are you?
Did you
Like,
see that care pack thing you can do?
You put it on your story.
I
What, is it
got,
for an
I
old
got
person?
2 of them, yeah.
Damn.
So I think there's only 40 left, so most of them are taken. But you get like up to 6 you can have, and you can make care packs for them. So I got a female and a male in Dublin. You don't know their names or anything, but you make them like little care packs, and they all get a package. But you have to make sure to, if someone signed up, listen to this.
You have
it's
to
your
do.
yeah, you can't leave them hanging because
They get no gift.
that's it. Yeah, you have to get it. Like,
What'd you get an old person? I'm trying to think what's
so
my
there's a
granddad
list
like.
of what like you should get them. This is actually good Instagram. I
Aw.
screenshot it. So you can get them.
Like, do they make kind of a wish list?
No, shit, I never screenshot it, but it's like the Women Love magazines. You can get like cleaning, like shaving products, shampoos, toiletries, hats and stuff, like little bits.
I feel like they love a board game.
Exactly, games, playing cards, like just like
yeah.
There's a list on the website anyway that I'll find, but yeah, carepack.ie. I think they'll be all gone by the time this is out though,
So cute.
because there's only 40 left, and there was like loads left. Yesterday. But it just breaks my heart,
No, I'm not able.
honestly.
What else has gone on since we haven't been in? Bro left. Clinically depressed.
Are you really?
No, just for that day I was.
Yeah.
And maybe the day after.
Yeah.
My mum was just randomly because I drove it. Oh no, I drove the 5 of us out.
Mm-hmm.
But I let them out with a car at the front of departures
Okay.
because I wasn't arse having the 5 of them in the car with me trying to find a parking space, and one of them saying, go there. Go. I was like, do you know what?
Yeah.
Let us all out. So I stayed in the car with my mum. So Jack, my dad, and Quiva went into the airport. And when I eventually got a space, then we parked. And me and my mum were just in the car. And when we got out of the car, she just looked at me and she goes, I don't want to be upset for him. And she just broke it.
Oh.
She started sobbing. And I was like, you're sobbing, I'm going to start sobbing.
I know. That makes me cry.
She was like, I'm not sad that he's going. I'm happy.
I know.
I'm just so sad.
It's so bittersweet.
Then she
Like,
started calling him her ally and all, and I was like, so are me and Quiva?
Yeah,
We just
like, what
people
are-
who live in your house? Like, what? But, the airport was so sad.
it's so heavy. Like,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All of his friends were there and it was really cute. But it got to a stage where we were crying so much, I was like, will you just go now?
yeah.
Let's
leave.
go.
Yeah.
Please piss
Yeah,
off.
Yeah.
So the 4 of us had to go for a drink afterwards because we were all just emotionally exhausted.
Oh, it makes you sick. Like, it's horrible.
Like, I'm finding it even in my room at night. Like, I was on FaceTime to him yesterday. It's grand now. It's just in that moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I'm lying in bed, because Jack's room was right
You feel like
beside
they're
mine.
dying.
Oh my God.
You
Now,
really do. Like,
we have his room destroyed already, God loves.
oh, God.
Just coats everywhere. I showed him on FaceTime and he was fuming.
What's going on?
But his room was right beside mine and Jack is deaf in one ear. So his
Oh,
telly
yeah.
is always really, really loud.
I know it's never on.
And now it's just silence upstairs.
Mm.
And I noticed it for the first time the other night when I was watching my own telly, and usually we'd have to nearly have a battle of the volumes of the telly.
Yeah.
But the other night I was lying there and I was like, oh my God,
And you miss it nearly. Yeah.
silence. But
It is weird.
he's having a ball. Him and Clodagh went out. He's gone with his best friend Clodagh. They went and bought a Christmas tree.
Oh.
Yeah, for their Airbnb.
Oh, my God.
So they set it up for Christmas. He sent us a video this morning. They were watching I'm a Celebrity, and they have the Christmas tree up, and yeah, he said just didn't want. There's no turkey burgers. Jack lives off turkey burgers.
Oh, we just love them.
He was like,
None.
no turkey
Surprised
burgers.
at Australia not having that.
Yeah, and
Very,
he
like-
said, what was he telling us? He said that one of the boys said meat over there is weird. He said he got chicken breasts or something. And he said the date on them was like the middle of December.
Wow.
Yeah. How does that work? And
That's
he said
like
they're
America.
huge.
They're probably all processed, you know.
Is that what it is?
Mm.
He was like, they're massive.
I fucking wish we had that here because my chicken always goes off.
Oh, well, I gave my dad salmonella from
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
chicken, so don't be me.
No.
But, no.
I got roast chicken, rotisserie chicken, but I left it out of the fridge. Can I still eat it or no?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
It was 12 hours out. Like, I got it and I left it on the counter by accident.
Yeah, it's cooked, like.
Really?
I'd eat it, but
Yeah, I would too.
we eat anything in our family.
Yeah. But then the girls were in the chat talking about chicken salad and they were like, is it okay to eat after an hour? I was like, "Jeez, that'd be down my neck ass already.
No,
Like,
yeah, if it's cooked.
yeah, it's not raw. Like,
No, yeah.
I'm not going to heat it up either.
No, yeah, it'll just be cold chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
My mum always does that if she makes a chicken.
But what if I heat it up and put it in a pasta or something? That'd be still alright, wouldn't it be?
Come here, you're grand.
I'm scared of getting that weird. There's some food poisoning you can get that you can just die with, like Barrosin or something.
Please don't.
Get it off fermented garlic or something.
What's fermented? Is that one like gone off?
I've seen people get it. And
kimchi.
No. Well, yeah, fermented is.
Yeah.
Kimchi is fermented. No, it's like when you put garlic into oil and you like infuse the oil, but if you eat the garlic, it's real dangerous or something. I see it on TikTok. It's probably not even true.
Wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, wouldn't recommend. We won the James Joyce Award in UCD.
We did.
Somehow. We were chosen to win it, which is insane. It's basically given to people who excel in their area. So whether that's like sport, Dermot Kennedy won it before.
That's all I know. Is Dermot Kennedy won it last year, so I'll take it this year.
Yeah, if Tom Felton won it, he was Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter, which I was fangirling over, and he came over and stuff and got it that time. But yeah, we're honoured.
It's hanging up in my kitchen.
I have mine on my kitchen too.
Yeah,
I love it.
My dad was shocked at it. We got a little medal as well, but Bobby
Oh yeah. What? Gone?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Well, he didn't swallow it. He just chewed the whole thing apart.
Oh, why didn't I take it home?
Oh, did we only get one?
I only got one.
Oh, the medal is safe.
Oh.
The case is bad.
Oh, it's grand. I thought the whole medal was gone.
No. The silver medal is still there. But the black thing, the black plastic thing that it was in,
gone.
Smithereens.
Oh my God.
Can't leave that around that boy.
Oh my God. But yeah, we're so happy, and thanks to you
Thank you so much
for giving us that. And we had Limerick since as well. We haven't been here. That feels like ages ago we done Limerick.
I know.
How many weeks ago was that? 2?
2.
Yeah, because I had the boot on actually. Yeah. Great time. Queen Ryan. Surprise.
Oh my God.
Our friend Surprise is from New York City.
Her and Leanne were in on it.
So
Can't believe
basically
that.
at the live show, some of the live shows, we have a game called Who Said It? And basically we have to guess who said a line that Leanne reads out in who said it from.
Statement.
Yeah. Which one of us said it? And the crowd helped us. We try guess. And then the last statement was, I wish Queen Ryan would come home and surprise us for a live show.
We were pure guessing, like.
No, I was like.
Well, I kind of I said, don't do that, Leanne. I said, don't do that.
Because I go, it's me, I think, like thinking that it was me who said it. But obviously, I think I did say it. I think it was me.
Yeah, definitely
it was a real line. Yeah. But and then
I turned to Leanne, or I turned to Darren then.
It
was and I was like, don't do that. I was like,
but that didn't even pop into my head.
I was like, is she here? And he was like, no, she's not. And I was like, right, if he's definitely saying no, then that means no.
Yeah. I was never so surprised in my life.
And Leanne was like, well, we have
a surprise. And we were like, wow.
I fell to the floor.
I couldn't fall to the floor because I had a boot on, but I would have if I hadn't had it.
I feel like we were just in shock. We were looking at her backstage and just like, what are you doing here?
I was like touching her. I was like,
yeah.
Are you real?
It just didn't feel real that she was there.
I've never been that surprised before.
No, I don't think I've ever been surprised in my life except that.
Really?
Yeah.
My sister surprised me once. That was, remember from after.
Oh,
Sneeze?
yes.
Yeah, but I was more surprised at the show because I think when you're so ingrained, I was thinking of the show and like I didn't even think of it. And I was like, what? Like crazy, but the best time. And that show was really, really special as well. And we had Scott from Love Island and Keith Barry again. He is amazing.
I'll just never not. Yeah, can you go in January? Yeah. I'll never not be obsessed with that man. He's just so entertaining,
unreal,
and like your brain is just like, what?
Yeah, confused.
I feel like there's not a lot of things in life that you genuinely be like, I've no idea how that happened or how this works.
How he's not like worldwide famous, I don't know. He needs to be like on.
Like I'd be American doing that to everyone. Like like through my day-to-day life.
Same. Yeah.
I did pay you shop assistant. What do you mean? Thank you.
Yeah, literally. Look into my eyes.
Yeah.
But he's on the board gosh the 27th, I think it is.
Yeah.
But like that, you know what, that'd be a great present for
Crimbo?
Yeah. Even because my mum and dad really like him. And he is a little bit of an older age group too, but obviously for us, but like even for your parents to go.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm actually going to get that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Go.
My dad was like, now tell me, like, was it real? You can tell me. I was like, it was. Yeah. I'm not fucking lying. Like,
we bumped into him backstage once just to say hello.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, we don't spend a considerable amount of time.
No, we don't pre-plan.
No.
Fake things.
Fake magician.
Yeah. But
no.
So much fun. Wait till I tell you this week, we have my boot to Sheeny. What's that? Oh no, it's just the light. Look,
You're worse than me this year. There's always
honestly,
something broken
I had
with
my
you.
sprain. When I look back now, I'm like, that's
What have
sprain.
you broken this year?
Well, my wrist was sprained and now my ankle's broken.
You've never broken your wrist. Remember I was asking you?
But like, I think it was because basically they only X-rayed my wrist. They didn't do an MRI, and they didn't see the break in my X-ray. They only seen the break in my
your
MRI.
MRI, yeah.
So they maybe my wrist was broken because this was sore for my wrist was sore for a long time. It took 8. It's still not really right. It doesn't bend back anymore. It's like how much does it used to? It's a bit stuck.
Like that bone that they just said to me, like,
like,
oh,
yeah.
you're just nothing you can do. The
But,
bone's so small, there's no
yeah.
point doing that with it, so you just have to live with it.
It's weird, like.
But tell us, why are you in a boot the sheen?
So I was.
Where did we think of that word and why did we say it?
I don't know. I think I made it.
I like
Did you
it.
make it one?
I don't know. One of us did.
Maybe it's real words.
Definitely not.
I think it might be the word for boot.
Yeah, what's a boot in Irish?
I think it's
Definitely not boot the
sheeny.
sheeny. I feel like we're just adding a sheeny onto the end of something.
Does my foot look really small?
It actually does. Your little
Look
toe.
tiny.
Look.
I'm gonna get a pedicure, but like I'm just gonna say, do not touch my ankle.
Yeah, don't move because they'll grab your foot.
I know. My pal won't grab my foot. I love
No.
it so much. So I was in Muay Thai, which I used to do back once when.
Oh, remember them days?
Remember them? I'm going back. After the ankle. But so basically, I can't remember what happened, but I just hurt it, and then I was like, ow, and then I went back the next day to Muay Thai, and I was like, I told the trainers, I was like, it's just a bit sore, like. So I just done like upper body work, but it was still sore. I was like, what if I broke it? And they were like, you definitely break it.
You'd know.
But like, yeah, but that's what everyone kept saying to me. They're like, you'd know. And Dano even promised me like it's definitely not broken. I was like, I believed you. I believed.
No, I think they mean like a snap.
Yeah,
You wouldn't even be able to stand on it then.
But like, I also could like, but a fracture is a break or a snap.
I think they mean like your ankle actually. Like,
yeah, my actual, but yeah. But anyway, I didn't think it was broken. No one thought it was broken. Doctor didn't think it was broken. He sent me for an X-ray, and there was no break. So I was like, grand. 10 days later, I was like, so MRI got booked in to see why it was still sore. Had to wait for that obviously to get it, and then for it to come back. The weekend came, just gone. I was like, it's kind of feeling a bit better. And basically, if it was only a sprain, it was only had to be on for 10 days. So I was like, obviously, no break. It's not sore anymore. It's obviously a sprain. Whip off that boot and go back to normal life.
Brilliant.
So I did that. That was grand. Went to Madrid actually as well. And in the meantime, with the boot on and stuff.
Okay.
So we were walking around a good bit there, but it was kind of getting a bit achy then. Anyway, got home, took the boot off, got a call Monday morning as I was literally planning on going to Muay Thai that night, being like, hey. So I like the biggest shock on the phone because she was like, it's torn ligaments and a fracture. I was like, sorry, excuse me. I had to get her to repeat it. I was like, what? Like, I expected her to be like, it's just a sprain. Like, you're all good. Like, because that in my head was what.
Yeah, that's what you told yourself happened.
Fractured and.
What were you doing in Muay Thai?
Well, sorry, I actually forgot the part where it was sore in Muay Thai. That was grand. Was icing it down, whatever. And then I got to ice it that night in Sophie and Sean's house. Then I went to see Dano in Lincoln and I wore heels out Saturday night.
Oh.
It was very sore after I wore heels, but I didn't fall or anything. It was just that.
The way you'd be standing
It
in
was
heels
sore.
as well, yeah.
Was icing my ankle the next day. I was like, Dano, are you sure that's not broken? He was like, no. Grand. Then I went on the plane and I was wearing my thick Reardon runners.
Oh, your chunky
They
ones.
have a chunk on them. And I was getting into the seat and I had to kind of, this man would move and I had to squeeze myself in.
Squiz!
And as I was squeezing myself in, I rolled on my ankle. And
I know
that
exactly what you did.
That was the pain. I was like, okay, this is not good. So I got to the airport then, got off the plane. I could barely walk. I was like hobbling. And I was hobbling for a few days. And then we got to the day before the Limerick show. And I was like, I can't, it's really swollen. I was like, I need to go to get a scan. Got the scan. The X-ray machine was, sorry, I didn't get the scan.
It was
went
broken.
to the clinic. It's like a Swift Care clinic, whatever. They were like, X-ray's broken, but here's a boot. But thank God I even got the boot because
on that day, yeah.
Yeah, because it would have got so much worse because I had Limerick then. They probably wouldn't have been open then, so it actually worked out well. That way that I actually got it. I'm glad I went to my gut. I feel like sometimes you just know.
You
Even when you don't know. But I didn't know. I thought it was
Your gut knows for you and for everyone else.
honestly, it's so good.
It's just...
It told me to go to the clinic. You will be sore. So I had the boot on then for the show. We pretended like I wasn't going to come out, didn't we? We made it.
There's some very questionable acting skills
It
going
was
on
good.
that night.
I nearly believed it. I was like, should I? But
Charlene was in on it thinking like... Oh,
I felt like such a fart though. I had to wear like a croc on one foot and a boot on. And now for Christmas period, I have the boot on for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, what's 4 weeks? The whole of Christmas. You taking the piss? Girl, if you feel grand, I'd Christmas Day, I'd be...
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think I'll just take images with heels on and then go straight into the boot. I'm not risking this not healing because this can
It
fuck.
will.
Yeah,
You're
but
such
no-
a hypochondriac though. Like you'd be like 30th, right? Have to.
No, I
30th
no,
of
I
December.
I literally live on.
Charlene, you'd be grand.
No. It's a non
Would you not?
But it's a non-displaced fracture, which is good. So it's not
What does that mean?
when it broke, it didn't break and move. It just broke.
So what's your bone doing in its ankle now? Pretend that's your bone. Came up.
My tibia is fractured.
Where? So like say that's a bone. Say that's connected.
Yeah.
It came apart.
Basically, it's cracked.
And
But
now
it's not. They didn't shift, so I want to get surgery to move because
Oh,
you need
yeah,
like
yeah.
metal rods when you have to move them back. But no, can't believe it, to be honest. And I've only ever took 2 Panadol the whole time. I take anything else. I didn't because I don't have any
when you're in the boot, it's not.
Well, in general, remember even in Limerick, I took 2 Panadol. That was it.
Do they have you on painkillers in the hospital or anything? No.
I don't believe in painkillers.
You don't take.
I don't believe in a lot of things. I don't believe my ankle's broken. I texted my GP asking for a second opinion. I emailed him.
I'll never meet someone like you. I swear.
I
to
emailed
God.
him. I did.
So you did.
I did. She hasn't replied yet, but I did.
Same mock. Can you have a look at this?
Can you have a look at the scan just to make sure? I just don't believe it's fractured. Sure.
Why? Because you don't feel pain.
Yeah, and torn ligaments. People say the torn ligament is the worst pain I've
Yeah.
ever felt. And,
Apparently, torn ligaments is meant to be worse than a.
and your foot goes black. But it's both. How the fuck am I not in pain? Like,
Maybe, is that thing really tight on you?
no, but even when I've no boot on in the shower, it's not sore. I can walk on it like fully.
Walk on it normally, like you do.
Yeah, it's obviously not good to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Trying to elevate it, but like, I don't know. Again, a second opinion.
So funny.
I don't believe. Peak and bleak of the week. We pick one high, which is our peak, and one low, which is our bleak that has happened this week.
My bleak. Why am I thinking of the bleak first? I'm just in the horrors this week, so I'm thinking of all the bad things.
Bad.
My bleak is that I'm sick as a pig.
That is bleak.
I'm just feeling really sorry for myself.
Yeah, that's loud.
Just don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Just want to be a hermit crab, is that what it's called? Just like
Just
a
under,
hedgehog.
just go under the cover.
Yeah, what is going on up
There,
there?
something just dropped.
Yeah, and my peak of the week is that I think we're putting up the Christmas decorations this weekend.
Oh.
Well, I never partake in it. I sit
no,
on
I
the couch
never
and watch.
did either. No,
Queeva's really good at it.
I'm not.
And
good.
she's learned ways of doing it. No, we don't put decorations at the back of the tree anymore.
not arsed. Who's
No
gonna
point.
see them?
Who sees them?
No.
Keep them all to the front and real full now.
And full. Yeah.
So I think we're going to buy a few new bits to put on the tree.
Oh, lovely.
So
They have,
that's
I got some stuff at a Newlands thing. I ordered them online. Newlands Garden Centre. People were telling me to go there. They've nice stuff, but I got them.
oh, that's
little
little
bows.
paninis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I got bows online.
Oh,
Nice
lovely.
little bows on.
Queeva wants, they're like big leaves. They're not the feathers. They're just like the
Oh.
big, like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, off you
People
pop.
are very like anal about
Oh, my nail tech's Christmas tree. Holy shit. You want to see this
their.
thing?
I don't think that'll ever be me unless someone does it for me. I can't be arsed.
Yeah. It'll be me, but I don't want to do it.
Oh,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't think I have the patience.
I don't have the eye for it. Like
for the Christmas tree.
no,
Queeva would. She's weird. Like she'd stand back and like notice where like, oh no, you need more lights to move up and all. I'd be like,
yeah,
"Oh,
I
no."
know. Mm-mm.
And see all them unraveling lights. Are you mad?
Oh, mine were getting tangled. Like no, there's a big clump of lights at the back of my tree.
They
Just
stress
stuck
me
there.
out.
I just couldn't get the knot out. You know, when they're just in the box, they get
Yeah.
knotted. Like oh no,
No, it would stress me out so much that I'd be like, no, I give up.
No, yeah.
But what's your peak and bleak bird?
My bleak is my boot for Christmas,
About the sheeny.
and peak is looking forward to Christmas.
Dano coming home.
Oh yeah, sorry, Dano's coming home. Forget.
I was waiting on you to
Dano's
say
coming
that.
home on the weekend. He was going to surprise me, and I actually ruined the surprise because I was going to go over to him because I had the weekend, like I had free time, and I was like, "When can I come?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. I might have a game, might not." I was like, "Since when do you not know when you have a game? Just tell me."
Well, he always
I was like,
knows
just find
in advance,
out.
does he?
But I was like, just find out, like, please. And I was like, I'll text Alison, who's one of his teammates' girlfriend, and he's like, no, like, don't. I'll just I'll figure it out. But Dano, like, he'd be the last to find out something.
Okay.
But like everyone else would know, but he
Yeah.
wouldn't bother ask. He's too laid back, like. And then I was like, well, just tell me, and all. He was like, fine, I'm gonna surprise you, like, or I was gonna surprise you. I was like, oh, sorry.
Oopsies.
So he's coming home for the weekend, so that's a
Cute.
very big peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's home for 2 whole days.
Oh my goodness. So much time off with football.
Yes, so much time off. But yeah, very excited.
No, that'd be cute.
So today on Home of Drink, we are delighted to be joined by the winners of Love Island Season 7, Millie Grace Court and Liam Reardon. Welcome to Home of Drink. You are in Dublin for a flying visit. It's only one night, isn't it? Is it here?
One night only.
Jam-packed day.
It is. This is my second time to Dublin, and the first time was for 24 hours as well.
Why? You need to come
and do it properly.
Yeah.
Was it for work?
Yes.
Okay,
Both
it was
times
different
have been
then.
for work, so I need to actually go for fun. But last week you came for a stag do.
You either you're too short or you're too long. And I think I was a bit too long last time. I was like
How long?
Thursday night till and we left Monday, or midday Monday.
A lot of drinking. A lot of drinking.
9 a.m. in the morning.
Heavy. But like we flew. What time did we fly? We flew at like 10 o'clock in the night, which was obviously a bit weird. But at least you're not getting up in the morning at we left the house at 4:30 this morning.
True.
And so you're all over the place.
I'd
then.
rather a late flight, I think.
Yeah, I think I prefer late flight.
Getting up in the morning.
We flew at 10 and we thought, right, we're not going to get out till about 12, half 12. We go straight to sleep.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. We ended up going out
No,
then.
yeah.
And,
Straight away,
And
yeah.
then the next day, rough on our first day.
Do you find it expensive for drink?
It is expensive. It's a
It
city
is.
though, isn't it? It's a city, yes, but like,
It's a-
what we're
true.
paying down by Temple area, and people, every time I come to Dublin, all the Irish people on Instagram, I follow us, why are you down Temple Bar? You're getting ripped
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
And I agree. Now that I've actually been coming here, it was like my 7th time, I think.
Is it?
So like, I'm like the one on the stag, saying, right, let's go on the outskirts, go a bit quieter, cheaper pint,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know. But then the crack is right in the centre,
I know.
like everyone is there, like,
True.
And when some boys come just for 2 nights and they haven't been, they just want to be where everyone else is.
Yeah, you
True.
want to be in the middle of
Yeah.
it all.
Yeah, where it's all
on.
going
And
on.
the drink prices go up every hour. So
That's
the
right,
more
yeah.
people
Yeah.
get drunk, the more,
And you don't notice, you just be tapping your car.
Oh, you just tap and you don't even notice anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
what are we paying, like 12 euros a Guinness?
for a pint.
That's just
But
shocking, isn't
no
it?
other place does that. Why do they do that?
Because they know people pay you.
Yeah.
You know, and it's such
Well,
a...
it's like
massive-
when you're
it's a
drunk,
very
you don't care. but-
Yeah,
I think
but
it's
it's
just a
not.
novelty.
It's not an Irish thing to be like that.
No,
it's a
I
real
think
mean,
it's
isn't it?
Yeah, it is
novelty
mean.
of being in the middle of Temple Bar and like.
Yeah, but there's other places that are in other places of the world that are like Temple Bar that don't rip
they
you
would
off.
do.
I think with
Scam.
Dublin, though, it's not showy at all. It's a very much a drinking culture.
It is.
So you're there to drink and feel the Irish culture, whereas in London, it's more getting a bottle on the table. You know, it's like,
True.
I feel like it's more
Have
it's
you
a bit
been to a
different.
club here yet ever? Like last time you were here?
No.
We have like
Club?
one.
Crystal.
One club.
Krista, I went to 37 Dawson Street last week.
I
That
love
was good. That was
it.
really good.
I
But
love it.
Krista, it is what it is. You know, it's
Yeah.
you have a bit of a
What would
mad.
you compare it to?
Oh,
Like maybe like a Lux sort of.
Oh, there's a
I've
proper
never been
club.
to Lux.
Yeah.
Have I? Is
You know,
London-
it's-
is that
I
London?
think I've been to Crystal once in my life.
No way. Well, not
Yeah.
even when you were like 18.
No.
I did
Like
go.
I'd go to a club out near where I live. Like
Ah.
I wouldn't. And if you came into town now, I
Crystal
feel like
actually is good.
It is good. It is.
Yeah,
it's a
when
good
I've
crack.
been there, I've been really
Yeah.
drunk. Like,
But it's you got Crystal up the top, and then it's like all pink.
oh,
And then what's the one downstairs?
Oh, Dicey's.
Dicey's,
Don't
yeah.
go.
God.
It's
But-
like I used to go for student nights when I
Yeah.
was like, I wasn't even in
drink
college
is
yet.
like €2. Like it's like
150 for the Desperados.
Drop
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I went.
I didn't even like Desperados.
it's
like,
cheap.
I love that one, please.
yeah.
When I
Are you
went-
going out tonight? Don't know.
No.
You are?
Are you going to go out tonight?
I'm really ill.
We got the
you're
Dundrum
so
tonight,
sorry.
haven't we? So we
Yeah, true.
And by the way, I did it last year. So came over
Yes.
last year for the I think it was like the Trend Booty
Yeah, I remember
event,
that.
the Christmas event. But they actually did the Dundrum bit before, and
Now it's just Dundrum.
yeah, and my ice skating has not in like proved. One.
You're going to have the penguin.
People keep saying that, but the penguin is for kids.
Yeah, true.
I'm far from a kid's height. I mean, so I'm bending. No, it's,
Liam's got back pains already.
trying to even touch that as well.
Yeah.
I just can't. I just haven't got the ability to ice skate. Like,
Can you ice
Yeah.
I'm barely.
You can't.
No, I can't
I know,
anyway now.
no.
But even if when I can, I can.
Well, I used to go when I was younger. I used to go. It was like this a thing where in my area you go every Friday ice skating.
I love
And it'd be where you go to like pool boys.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
So I'm quite a good ice skater because that's where I was at every
All year
Friday.
round.
Pardon?
All year round. Not
Yeah,
even-
well, no. Yeah, not
Oh my
not every
God.
Friday, but like most Fridays.
No
Like,
way.
and they used to do like a disco night on the ice. Like
it was probably
fun.
like our roller. We had the same kind of thing, but it was just
Rollerblades.
rollerblades. So
Oh!
we had a roller disco every weekend.
I
that's
couldn't
fun.
rollerblade either then.
I could rollerblade, so I think I'd be all right. It's ice skating, but
Yeah,
I
you
haven't
probably
done it in a
could.
while.
we didn't have that. We just got pissed on the back of the leisure centre.
Down the back of the lane.
Drinking flagons of cider.
So give us a little bit of background of what you've both done before Love Island. Like, what did your life kind of look like?
Me. So I worked at ASOS as a fashion buyer's assistant. So I went to uni, studied fashion buying, loved it. Wasn't really sure sort of before I went to uni. I knew I wanted to work in fashion, but I just
Something, yeah.
didn't know what actually, you could do. At first, I thought the only thing you could do was sort of be a designer, or work as a sales assistant in a fashion shop. And yeah, my sister's friend was like, she became a buyer, and I was like, what's that? And then basically she was like, you shop for a living, you buy for that brand. And I was like,
Brilliant.
That is a bit of me.
Yeah.
So I went to uni to study it. I know that sounds a bit silly about studying that, but there's a lot more to it. You learn about how you find out trends, and it's a lot of maths that are involved in it as well. So yeah, anyway, loved it, and then got my job at ASOS straight after university, worked there for 3 years, worked my way up, and actually sort of became buying my own department for a jewellery department on ASOS, which I loved, and then left for Love Island.
Oh my God. What did you tell your job?
Did
you say I'm going to find love?
Really weirdly, you're allowed to take a sabbatical, which is like a break. Yeah.
I don't know if we have that here, sabbaticals.
I've heard of the word, but I've
heard
never
it
heard
from an English girl that I follow on Instagram.
Oh,
She went on
really?
one, but I never heard
I think
of
it's
it.
quite a thing,
Yeah.
in London. Like a lot of people do want to take time off to go like travelling and stuff.
It's not just London, it's Wales as well.
Oh, you have it in Wales? There we go. We have it in Wales.
I think Wales is like a third world country.
The one thing yourself.
I don't know.
You go over the bridge and you Bristol into Cardiff, it's like right next to each other. You think Wales is like a patch of farm and a couple
No,
of
I
cows.
literally asked the other day, is there Uber in Wales or what? Like,
She asked before, do they have like
you get
McDonald's
food
in Wales or Nando's?
But can you get food delivered in Wales, or is it proper rural?
Yeah, a guy comes
I
to the back of a
hit
donkey.
shut up.
But like, there's no
Exactly,
Uber.
yeah.
Where my boyfriend lives in Lincolnshire, and like, there's no Uber there.
Is there not?
You have to ring. You have to
Exactly.
ring handsome cabs. It's called.
Oh,
Yeah.
We do have-
tragic.
we
they
have
come
Uber.
pick up your go pick up your food.
No. You can't
Just
get.
like
Uber Eats.
No, actual taxis. Like, I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Funny, she still does her job though, like for me, so because you buy in 24/7 online anyway, and you still.
Yeah, you're buying off.
Exactly.
You haven't stopped.
I
She just didn't
fucking
stop.
love
I think she loved it that much. She didn't stop the job.
Just kept doing it.
But it's
Like,
just personal now. You buy your own stuff.
Kept it going.
Yeah.
so what is buying? Like, you're picking what ASOS sells, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we did, I worked for the outlet department, which is you work based on clothing, or I actually worked on non-clothing to begin with, which is accessories, swimwear, lingerie, and nightwear.
Yeah.
And we worked with brands on. Sometimes it would be sort of out of season stock, old stock that they want to sell, but they would send us a buy sheet, and it will have, a picture of the product, what sizes they have available, the units, and we would go through and see if it was right for our customer. And if it was and at a good price, then we would say, yeah, we want to buy that for this amount of units. The more you buy, the cheaper you get it.
Yeah.
So I worked sort of on that
my
as well. You
God.
work with suppliers to sort of get the cost price down, get the cheapest.
You'd have to
price
haggle a
possible.
good price.
Yeah,
though, would
it's
you?
literally that. I quite
That's
enjoyed that
fun,
part of
yeah.
it. And then you have another side to it as well, where you'll work with suppliers with not actually real brands, and they will create pieces for you
yeah.
specifically for a reduced price. So it's classed as outlet, but it's not. It hasn't been in the market before.
Yeah.
There's two types of clothes that they
Right.
sell, and so that was really fun. And then that's how I got into the jewelry side then. And I'd work with sort of suppliers in designing and creating jewelry for ASOS.
That's
and say, I
unreal.
want this many units, and it was really nice to see it then come to life on the models
When you see
online.
it, yeah.
And you can
And
buy
then
it
seeing
yourself.
selling like
Yeah.
bestseller this week and like Monday trade, and I'd be like, oh my god, I picked that. I knew that was going to work. So it was really rewarding as well. I loved it. Like it's something that I definitely want to
wanna-
get back into. It.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Some-
start doing it again
Yeah.
at some stage? Yeah.
love it. I'd love to. I really enjoyed it. So yeah.
So you took your sabbatical from there.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
I forgot we actually
Yeah,
were talking about it.
exactly.
You're supposed to go back after sabbatical, mind.
Yeah, well, exactly. But I didn't want to
Oh.
leave.
Do you get paid on sabbatical?
No.
No,
Don't
okay.
get paid.
But you get your
I
job
didn't want to
back.
quit because I was like, well, I could only be in there for a couple
You
of days.
didn't know how it was going to go.
No,
yeah.
and I'd have to, go back
Mm-hmm.
for my job. So I was really scared to tell people because I didn't want it to come out that they really do scare you when you're sort of going through the application process.
Yeah.
If anyone finds out, you won't go on it. It's top secret, don't they?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, how do I go around saying this? I can't tell anyone at work. But I was like, I'll have to tell my boss, obviously. So I told her, and she was like, let's say that you you want to go travelling and we won't tell anyone else. That's just
nice.
me and you.
That's really nice.
I know. And then the day that I was leaving was my 3-year anniversary working there, which meant that I was qualified to take a sabbatical, so I didn't have to quit.
Meant
It
to
all
be.
worked
That's
out.
literally meant to
It
be.
was really weird because obviously I was like, oh, I don't want to quit because it's like a big risk. She was like, right, let's work this out. She found out the information. She was like, you're free. You have to work there for 3 years before you can take it.
And
Oh my
on the day you
God.
released,
On the day
you
it
hit
was my
the
3
3
years.
years.
Yeah.
Very good.
People, I think, got suspicious
Oh, did they?
because it was also sort of like second year COVID, like just coming towards the end.
And you were going travelling.
and they were like, "How are you going travelling?"
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
He's in lockdown.
yeah,
true.
like literally. So I was like, "Oh, you know, like we're just going to Thailand." And then we had this leaving party, and everyone was like, "Have fun travelling," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
They're getting you like presents for like travel.
Yeah.
They're like,
It was so shady. I was actually thinking about it earlier when we were flying out there. The guy who was flying from Birmingham, so I had to catch a train from Cardiff to Birmingham, and I met a chaperone there. And the chaperone is the person you live
They
with.
bring it,
in,
yeah.
like, you have like a lockdown, like a quarantine before you go in the villa.
Yeah.
So I met this guy. We stayed the night in Birmingham. We would fly in the next morning, and they wouldn't let us fly. They said, "Look, it was only like essential travel at that point, so we couldn't fly it." But we also had all these documents.
Oh.
We were filming for.
Oh, yeah, it's a fake TV.
We were fake. We were like producers. These fake. Everyone had to pretend they're like these producers.
why couldn't you tell them it was Love Island? Because then they tell.
No.
Because we were. It was like top secret. We couldn't.
Right,
shit,
sorry.
Because that couldn't get risk getting leaked. So we were filming for this TV show. Bro, like we were like Palmer Pictures. And we're like, I don't know what it was.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. So it was like all top secret. But then I couldn't fly, so we had to stay another night in Birmingham. Then catch a taxi from Birmingham to Heathrow, and then fly from Heathrow,
How annoying.
and then spent
That's
3 weeks in a
bizarre.
villa with a guy I just met. He was a nice guy though.
I was going to say, are they nice, your chaperones?
Yeah,
Like,
well, you might not get along with them.
Yeah, what
but
if you don't?
luckily we did.
Yeah, I got him wrong with mine.
do you have your phone? Does your chaperone have your phone? Chaperone.
No, he has his own phone.
And
But
you've
like-
I'd be like,
I have
That was
nothing.
torture.
3
I'd be
weeks.
Like, what you doing over there?
I was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say he's like, I can't tell you, but he would like play music, play a podcast on the speaker and stuff. But literally, you'd wake up in the morning,
what do you do?
run. I was on a farm, so I'd run around the farm,
That's quite.
do like 200 push-ups,
Yeah, I'd be
And then-
going in. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
That's all you can
and
literally
have
do.
breakfast, and then just lay there all day and do nothing. So it was,
Do you watch television
my
or anything?
God.
They got me a, like
I
a.
just sunbathed
Did
all
you?
day,
Yeah.
and then me and my chaperone, we would cook dinner. Luckily, we liked the same food, so we'd sort of switch between who was cooking
Who
at
was
night,
cooking.
and then we'd sit and we liked the same shows. We would watch Desperate Housewives or Real Housewives
Yeah.
of Beverly Hills every night,
My God.
and we went through a couple of different series, but that was it. It was literally
And you had to
sunbathed
stay in the
with it,
house. You couldn't leave to
Couldn't
go
leave,
shop.
no.
Nothing.
because
And
you'd risk catching COVID.
Is the whole
Oh,
point of you not having your phone before you go on the show so you don't see anything that happens? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and I suppose who's
Yeah.
on it, but
Yeah.
I was
Who's on it? And just
we-
no contact because they don't want
Yeah, well,
you speaking to people and telling them information. You don't want actually telling people where you are
Okay.
Yeah.
because that might get leaked.
Yeah.
And there's loads of different things. It makes sense, but to be fair, I loved it.
Did you?
It was like a
I'd go off
massive.
my head.
It's kind of like a
refreshing.
It
digital
was
detox.
the first 3 days were hard.
Yeah.
But then it was like, shit, I'm here. Like,
Yeah.
it was nice not checking your phone because let's be fair, we are addicted.
Yeah.
Everyone's addicted.
Yeah.
Try taking your phone off
Vibes.
yourself for 2 hours. I bet you'd be like, lucky.
Can't.
So it was nice. It was refreshing. I actually just like was in my own. I was thinking to myself, I'll never be in a position like this ever again.
Yeah.
No.
In a villa with some
No.
guy I barely know, on a farm. No one in the world knows where I am apart from some of the TV producers.
Of course. Yeah.
Nothing else in the world matters apart from just me and this guy.
It's quite nice,
allowed-
actually. Yeah.
So that's all that mattered in the world.
No.
No, nothing. No contact.
anyone.
Nothing at all.
Well,
But I
Yeah.
found it was really refreshing about the phone, but then towards the end, I started really overthinking and worrying because you've got
Yeah.
nothing else to
the
do.
worry would
Yeah.
be me.
Yeah, and
not knowing
I'm
what's going
anxious.
on.
I'm like, am I making
Yeah.
a mistake here? Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
on one of the biggest shows ever. Like,
And you've no one to talk to about
No.
it because your
Yeah.
friends aren't. You can't talk
do
to
have
them.
a
like-
therapist, like
Yeah,
or a
true,
counsellor
true.
that you can ring, and yeah, so you speak to them and they sort of do make you feel better. But
Yeah.
that bit was a bit scary. And in the end, was you just really eager to go in?
Yeah, it was
get me
like-
on there. I need to see
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Because you think,
Contact.
yeah, I think it was like 19 days I was in there, and I was thinking like you think about 19 days. That's a long time
a
just
long
being in
time,
one place.
yeah.
So like I was like, oh, I'm super excited. I'm here now, and then it was just like. That's just my life now. I'm in here forever. Like I'm
You
not
forget
actually,
you had a life.
I'm not actually going to Love Island Villa. I'm just here with this guy. But then it got towards the end. Then like right, you're going in. I was like, then I started again, I'm actually going in now. But then it was like, no, I was nervous, but I just couldn't wait to be around other people.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go. I need to speak to people, like, you know, get me in now. And like, I just want to talk and see people.
Yeah.
You know, just see other than this guy. But he was amazing. You know, I couldn't ask for anyone better.
But
I just wanted to see other people, you know, like, but it was a crazy experience.
What made you both apply? Like, what was the
Well, you
drive?
Yeah, I was working in Ocean Beach in 2019. Yeah. So I was 19 out there, and they came around looking for people, and they met me and spoke to me. And originally they wanted me to meet them and go on the winter one of 2020.
Who would have been that year? Was that all?
Paige, Finn.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I was like, right, okay. And then I just got back from Ibiza. You know, I'd lost about 3 stone in weight. I'd done 6 months out there. Then I kind of settled back into work. It was Christmas, and I was like, look, I just don't want to. I don't want to do it. So I said, look, I'm not going to bother. And then they came around for the summer one, 2020, and I was like, yeah, let's go for it. And that was for the peak of COVID. That was. And I got to the end of the process. They was like, yeah, you're going to go on in. And then it got cancelled. So then January 2021, I was on a building site. It was pissing down with rain, freezing cold. I had a call. Hi, Liam. Just wondering if you're still single. I was like,
Wow.
yes. I might not actually be single at the time. I was like, yeah, get me off this phone.
Liam.
I'm only joking.
What the fuck?
I'm only joking.
I might not have actually
Is it a situationship? It
thought
was,
at
right?
the time.
I was there.
You're like, that can end. It's sad.
Yeah.
It wasn't important.
Yeah, no. And what? So, did you go on for love?
Doc,
You had
bit of
love.
both.
I loved my life anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't going on there chasing something else. You know, I was a builder. I loved what I was doing. I had plans to do so many things. So I was happy and content in my life anyway. But, you know, Love Island is like a massive thing, you know, and like, you know, I've always watched it on the sofa, my mother, and I was thinking, you know, they want me to go on there, so why would I like, you know, I'm just going for the experience. And
It's an experience.
if I was on it for 2 days, I was on it for 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, if I find someone, I find someone, you know, but like, when I'm,
say you've done it.
yeah, to say I've done it. Like,
Yeah.
I literally thought I'd be on there for 5 days and then I'd be out. Because like, I don't know, I just thought I'm from a small town in Wales. We're not very like outspoken. We're quite, you know, we're just like,
Yeah.
you know, grounded, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying other people aren't grounded from different places.
Yeah.
But like,
You're a bit more chill.
yeah, but I didn't think there's going to be a lot of big characters from different parts of the UK. And I was like, will I be a little fish in a big pond?
Yeah.
But I went on there, just myself, and just chilled and like.
Yeah.
And it
obviously-
worked out.
Yeah, and like, you know, I found it a struggle the first few days because you're literally thrown in there.
Yeah.
You don't know anyone. You just got to start grafting. And to be honest with you, I didn't really fancy anyone in
Yeah.
there really. So that was hard. But then obviously Millie came in there and it was just like, from there on then, it was just
Oh,
plain sailing. Well, most of the time it was plain sailing.
first time.
Most of the time. But halfway through we went rock bottom and it was absolutely horrendous. But we clawed our way back.
Yeah.
But no, like life before Love Island was fine anyway. Like I loved being a builder. And then I came off and, you know, just been doing other bits since then.
Would
But,
you ever go back to?
Yeah, I've actually started going. So like the past 2.5 years, it's you're thrown into this completely different life.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm always saying I'm this influencer. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what a fucking influencer is. You know, to this day, I still don't know what my job is doing it, you know. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, and I've been doing it for the past 2.5 years. And I'm someone who gets up in the morning and I go and graft what I'm
Do you
doing.
need like a routine?
I need
every day?
routine.
Yeah.
I need to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's been times I wake up at like 9:30, 10 because I got nothing to wake up for and it drives me nuts.
You don't like
Like
that?
that's
yeah.
my morning. He's like 9:30, 10. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
I can't do that. It drives me like.
Some people can do it, but you've
Yeah.
got like, you know.
I think my
in-
day needs to
yeah,
start at half
yeah.
6, you know, 6, half 6. I need because I feel like I miss half a day otherwise.
God.
Yeah, I get so much done, but like, you know, I've and I feel I've done happy things, you know, like since coming off the back of the show, but like I haven't felt super fulfilled. You know,
Fair.
like
That's fair.
you
Yeah.
know, I feel like doing stuff on Instagram is perfect. Like, you've enjoyed it.
Yeah,
You two do very well on it.
Yeah, no.
Like you two do very well, like on Instagram and stuff. But like, I like to get up and go and you know, and like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot of, you know, like certain people get different brand deals, and since I was like 15, I started working. I've always been in control of what happens in my life, and like, you know, what
Like
I
being
earn,
your
how
own
much I
boss.
earn. Yeah, I've been my own boss since I was 20. I was my own boss, and but like it's always in the hands of someone else, and it's like, and
Yeah.
it's like, you know, like you try and do so much content to like, you know, attract different brands
Yeah,
and stuff. And
yeah.
oh yeah, we like, and then they go with someone else, and it's like it's always in the hands of someone else. And
Yeah.
and I
Never
feel
your
like
decision, kind
yeah,
of.
exactly, and like
You kind of wait. It's always a waiting.
yeah.
Game, yeah.
Yeah, of course. And look, I've earned good money and it's been fun, enjoyable. But like, I like getting up and going and like, I've
Getting
done, like,
something done,
like,
physical.
like content days
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I've done them, but I don't find them fulfilling for myself.
Yeah.
Fine for someone else, but for me, like,
It's not.
but since I was 15, I used to get my hands.
It's all you know.
I become dirty hands.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think they expect when you come off the show, everyone expects you to know exactly what you're doing and be this instant influencer. And some people aren't made for that.
That's
People
scary,
aren't-
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
go on the show
Overnight.
to be like, I want to be an
To be
influencer
that.
Yeah.
afterwards.
Like,
But-
did you find it hard to like edit, like say a reel or like?
Oh yeah,
'Cause you're-
the first one I did took me hours. I think. Remember we went to that hotel because
Yeah.
they wanted this like get ready with me thing, and I was like,
In a
oh,
lovely
God, I don't even
aesthetic
know what I'm doing.
bathroom and all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
like,
You
I
booked a
need
hotel.
so I paid 300
Yeah,
quid for this
yeah,
hotel. I was like,
yeah.
I never paid 300 quid for a night
Yeah,
at a hotel
yeah.
before. What the fuck? And my management was like, it's all right, it will come out if you're like, you pay. And I was like, okay. Booked this hotel, filmed it on this tripod, awful lighting. And I was like to him, I don't know like how to edit this, how am I supposed to make it look good? Like,
Yeah.
I was doing it for hours, got so frustrated. I think it got amended, like rejected, like four times.
You have to keep changing
Yeah,
things about it.
can you do this? This is wrong.
But, yeah.
It's not flipped the right way.
Oh, I hate that, yeah.
And I was so stressed out. So then I hired someone, didn't I, to help
do it?
me.
But like,
do
at least
it.
you would talk to camera a little bit, couldn't you? I feel like.
Yeah,
I was horrendous. I remember
No.
I come off the show, we went back to Wales, and I was on a radio station in Cardiff. My man said, look, put someone on your story now, and like tell people going down there, so we'll get people come down and see you and stuff. Fucking hell.
God.
She'd be next to me, I said, look, you're going to have to get out of the room.
Yeah, you're gonna have to leave.
Aye, and I'd be on my phone, 50 takes. I had to say about 4 words. And then I'd be stuttering, I'd be like, oh my, listen to myself, and I'd sound horrendous. And I'd be like, I'd be banging my head against the wall, like, I can't do this. Doing Hello Fresh ads.
Oh, stop.
I was talking about, oh yeah, everybody loves noodles and stuff. Like,
You'd say the
Millie and
big-
Chloe still take a piss out of me now. Like,
yeah.
oh, tonight I'm having noodles, because everyone loves noodles.
No, I did that, and I'm like, what did I just say?
Yeah.
And I literally have to chop it out. Like, what the fuck? Why would I even just say that? Like,
Or do you ever have a saved video of yourself, like as if you were doing Instagram stories? I do sometimes, and I look back in them, and before I press stop, I'm like, what the fuck?
But
did I
yeah.
and I imagine I put that up by accident, and I'm like,
Horrendous. But like, obviously, I'm good at it, and I'm fine. At the time, I was like, look, I can't do this. I was living in Essex. I rang my mother. I was like, look, I'm horrendous.
Help me, ma'am.
I can't do it. Like, I'd be getting upset. Then, like, what am I doing here? Like, frustrated. She'd go out. I'd start filming. She'd go out. 2 hours later, she'd come back. I'm still on the same
Still
line.
doing it?
on the first frame.
On the first frame. And then I'd upload it, and I forget about ad and stuff like that, and I got to redo it. But
It's harder for men, I think, because girls can do we can do fashion, beauty.
Yeah.
Like men, it's hard. Like what do you
It's difficult.
do?
What
do you do?
yeah.
honestly,
Fitness,
yeah.
you've got fitness or fashion. But I think fashion's quite hard as a male influencer.
It is hard.
you look
yeah.
at like your audience, because you say onto your audience on Instagram, but like my audience was 90% female,
female, of course.
10% men. But I'm trying to sell to a male
men.
audience, so only 10% of them.
You need to
and
start doing
half
makeup tutorials.
Yeah.
It's
But like,
okay.
it is a woman's industry, a woman's world, and
Yeah.
It
like
is.
they don't realize like you come off the show, and people think you just automatically just like 10 million in the bank, like you're set for life. It doesn't
Yeah.
work like that. You gotta
Yeah.
find your niche, and you gotta graft. And like I thought, I'll go into fashion, into fitness, which everyone does, by the way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
look, I love fitness, but I don't give a fuck about showing. I don't care about setting a tripod up. I don't
No,
care.
yeah.
I mean, like
You're
that's
not-
what I've been trying
yeah.
to do. Fashion, I like clothes, but I don't care about going into London and shooting outfit reels and stuff like that, which I've done. Like, and I just. My
And that's
mate
it, 'cause
Ar-
you don't care.
Yeah, my
That's
mate,
it,
my
then
mate
you're not gonna
Aaron.
want to do it. That's
Aaron
it,
Francis,
yeah.
he's like so good at it.
He is good.
so
He's really
good.
good.
I hate it.
Yeah, he
Like, everyone's saying you need to go and do this. And I'm like,
Well, if you don't want to do that, then
But what my actual niche is, and which I actually love and I'm passionate about, is building.
yeah.
Building, like, I need to implement now, like, what I've learned in this industry, being who I am, use my platform, put that into the building.
Yeah.
Such a niche.
Yeah.
And like, but for so long, I thought, right, if I ever go back onto the tools, it's like a backward step. People will think I've failed in this
no.
industry, whatever. 'Cause people
No.
think, but people like a pressure on you. Like I've started,
Hating people would
yeah, like I've started
yeah.
going back on the tools now, and like, but it's not before. It's not like it was before. I'm like doing it because I want the routine and I want to do it. Like I want to do something I enjoy.
You're doing it for your mental health,
Yeah,
your well-being.
and something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I get put some stuff on Snapchat. And people like, how are you back on a building, like on the tools? You're
They
skating
see
and
that
stuff like
as like, oh God, you've
you failed.
you've taken steps backwards.
But it's
You
not,
must have no
no.
money. You must be having to,
Exactly.
as if your life before Love Island was bad. Like
Yeah.
you're saying,
Yeah.
you had to go
Yeah,
back.
but
to
you
where-
were you were
But it's
happy
not,
before.
yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm doing now, I'm kind of like developing on what I knew and what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Developing now what I'm also someone else I'm good
And
at.
putting them together.
Filming, social media, I put them together. But like someone said to me, how are you back in work? I'm like, but you name me 1 millionaire, billionaire, anyone in the world who doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think,
Yeah.
but people think if you do like a PT and do online, like after Love Island, a lot of guys go into fitness
Yeah.
and they do like online plans. I still work. They're still
Yeah.
working,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
that's obviously it's not as hard as doing physical manual labor.
You'd rather
course.
do work that you enjoy.
Yeah, modeling,
Yeah.
you're working. You're
Yeah.
still working, like
Yeah.
like you do.
Yeah.
Like Chloe, for instance, Chloe's doing really really well, but she's grafting every day.
Of course.
It's just different
Yeah.
types of work. I mean,
Yeah.
so like people say, "Are you back in work?" Everyone's working.
Yeah.
But I'm actually working now, doing something I enjoy, and I feel like I got so many plans. I'm such a hard working, driven person, and I know I got so much to give. It's just like the past couple of years, it's been hard to do work. 'Cause I've just been waiting. You're just waiting by the phone, aren't you? Just
Yeah.
waiting, doing.
Yeah.
Waiting for
and
You're
I was
always
waiting for someone
relying
to
on
come in.
someone else.
Yeah, and I just want to go and grab it by my
yeah.
I think
hands,
you'll
like
be happier now.
100%.
Yeah.
But I've just started my own event as well. Where's the camera?
Yeah.
This year?
Events.
Panda events.
Like it.
Like I've always liked a bit of a party. I went to worked in Ocean Beach when I was younger, and I learned so much out there. And like I probably would never have, look, off the back of Love, I'm very grateful for all the opportunities and the position I've been in. And I don't know if I would have set up an events company if I hadn't gone on Love Island. But yeah, I'm here now, and like we had our 4th event last week. And it's
Wow.
been going
And
amazing.
is it just UK based, or are you reaching it, branching out? Or
For now, it's just
For now,
UK based.
yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping to have one in Dublin before the end of the year. I say UK based. Obviously, Dublin's not UK, is it? No. Yeah. But I class it as. But when I say like it's UK based, UK and Ireland.
UK?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you can say that. You can say that.
But
yeah.
but I mean like not abroad.
Yes.
I class this as like down the road. I think
Yeah.
Dublin's down the road
Yeah,
for me. So yeah, we've had our 4th event. It's been in Wales at the moment, but then I want to move into Bristol in the new year. Dublin in the new year, then eventually work our way around. I'll go to London soon, but I got so many plans. I feel like it can go big. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
only had 4 events and we've been smashing it. And it's only me at the moment. Well, I've just hired a social media girl, and she's doing really well.
Are you doing all the talking on the stories?
Yeah. I feel like
After doing enough, you've got a bit better.
yeah, I'm a bit better now. It only takes me 40 takes this time.
Yeah. Not 10
Not
less.
50.
10 less.
But I enjoy it. I mean, I've never actually done something where like it's involved other people, if that makes sense. So like
Okay.
all the behind the scenes stuff. Now I'm stressing, getting things sorted,
Yeah.
stressing, getting the event, and all of a sudden these people are like, I come up with this name in the living room. Me and Millie come up with this name, and then like all of a sudden people are like saying, "Oh, I'm going to Panda on the weekend." I'm like, they're buying tickets.
Into it, like,
Yeah, but they're buying tickets to this thing, and all of a sudden, like, all these people are partying at this event, which I put on, like, and it's like a weird
That's
thing.
fulfilling.
Fulfilling, yeah.
Fun. Yeah.
And that's what I said to her in the past, since Love Island, the only time I felt fulfilled, like I've achieved and done that, is like with these events.
Yeah.
Like I said, and there's nothing wrong with just, like, it just doesn't fulfill me to the max.
The same.
Like,
Yeah.
But, like, if I was doing, like, social media and around the building, that would fulfill me.
It's like Farmer Will though, because he was doing farming.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
Yeah,
that, and that
and he
took
does-
off for
Yeah,
him.
that's-
Content on the farm.
And that's such a niche, though. That's
it.
people like I see when Farmer Will goes back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's developing on what he knew already,
course.
and now he's doing like all these all agricultural shows, like farming shows and stuff like that. And he's like hosting them. He's doing the awards, so he's like developing on what he knew and what he's good at. And, like,
Yeah.
People just like to see. Well, they like to think that you're nearly a failure. They'd rather see someone.
yeah,
fail.
of course you would.
Yeah.
Of course you would.
They like
Yeah.
going back on yourself.
Yeah.
Really, do you feel fulfilled with being an influencer?
I do.
You do?
I think
I feel like
love-
you slotted right in.
Yeah, I love it. It's, I mean, mainly the fashion side to it and the beauty as well. But I think I want something more of my own.
Your own.
Now.
Yeah.
You know, I've done all of this work over the past 2.5 years, but it's not. I don't want to do this forever.
Do you not?
Like,
Yeah, no.
It's quite.
It's hard
Sometimes,
to imagine it forever.
yeah. I think, well, what? How? Is this gonna last forever?
What do I do when I'm 50? Do I still talk
But
to
then
myself?
you see there's some nannies though on TikTok and all that.
There is, and really cool fashion ones that I follow as well.
Yeah,
oh
they're
my God,
unreal, like.
some sick old women.
It's not like
Yeah.
a good.
But you also got when you have the baby, then you got the new sort of.
I know.
That's your new era. Then you get all the
I'm
like the
always
different brands come in.
told,
Then
Yeah, that your followers age with you.
That's
Stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Your followers stay the same.
Yeah,
Same
age
age.
with you,
Our
yeah.
followers
Yeah.
aren't 21 forever. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
They
Yeah.
age with
Of
you.
course.
So like when you're a mammy, they'll be mammies.
Yeah, and they
If
can
I
relate
was,
to you then.
Yeah.
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 I just can't imagine being 50 with grandkids running around and being like,
No, I
Just
know.
had another
vlogging the birth.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I
imagine.
mean? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, but I
Um,
feel like you two, like you do another avenue as well. You know, you got the pod going.
yeah, we have to pause.
But I think that's what I felt like. Really, I wasn't.
Fulfilled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I feel like Instagram felt like it was very surface level, whereas the
Yeah.
podcast you can actually get
Personality.
deeper and
Yeah.
talk. Like, and people are like they feel like they know us more now because
100%.
before it's only like 15-second clips on
I
your stories.
don't
not the same.
talk on Instagram half as much anymore since starting the podcast. I think
Oh,
that's what I
really?
realised it is.
Well,
Really?
I think because I talk so much on this, I feel no need to talk.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I leave it so long that I get real awkward.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I wanna
What do I
the
do now?
usual, Hi guys, haven't been on this in a while.
Q&A, let's catch
Yeah,
up.
not every time. Like you've been.
Yeah, but like we were saying that earlier.
They do.
I've been, she's been on Snapchat, and she's got me on it now. And like literally, I post so much of my life on there. It's so
Do you
raw.
can you get paid on Snapchat?
Yeah,
yeah.
We can't.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
we don't
Really?
get paid on. We don't get paid on TikTok or
We don't have
stuff.
TikTok.
What do you mean? What,
Or,
you as a person or the pod?
No, we can't. Like the
In
app,
Ireland?
In Ireland.
you can.
yeah.
Oh, the app doesn't pay.
Yeah.
Like we don't get TikTok Shop commission.
Shut
nothing.
up.
No,
What?
it's not unlocked in
We're too
Ireland. Yeah.
tiny.
It's not bad.
But like, yeah, but on there, no, I've been posting so much on there but I wouldn't post the stuff on there which I post on Instagram.
You
Okay,
forget.
yeah.
But then, because I
Yeah,
feel so like comfortable talking on there, and like my like followers then are talking to me, and I'm replying back on Instagram. Then I just don't feel like
Yeah.
it's like a polished product on
It's so-
Instagram.
It
Like,
is very polished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't. I don't feel like you can just sort of get the camera up and just be like, "Ooh," whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes I'd be like
yeah,
this angle. I'm like, hey, everyone.
Yeah.
yeah, like on Snapchat. Whereas Instagram, like I got 20 different angles. I'm like, like, oh no,
Lighting on.
my eye looks a bit funny there, and my jaw like. So I'm taking like for Snapchat. I don't give a shit. I'm just like,
It's,
Yeah.
it's nearly like Instagram is like your cover photo for your life. Like
Oh,
you want it
yeah.
to look
Yeah.
a certain way, whereas like
An
Snapchat
aesthetic.
or
Yeah.
So true.
Other
Yeah.
platforms
yeah,
you
and
put up.
it's like as amazing it is, and like you said, it's changed our life. You know, like doing
yeah.
like stuff on there, but it is the finished product. And people think like people don't want to graft and work anymore. Like people just see everyone out in Dubai, these flashy cars, and everyone's like, I want that. I want the shortcut to that. And I
Yeah.
feel like no one sees like what it takes to get there, or like, and I don't know. I just feel like I find even kids these days they don't want to work.
Yeah.
Like
They're in school saying, I want to be an influencer.
yeah, I want to be you too. I want to be KSI. Like, great, but
Yeah.
KSI didn't just become KSI.
It's not
there's
that
a lot of graft.
easy, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I know, but like some boys and I was brought up on like hard work. I was on a building site, and as soon as I left school, it's hard to get people to work now. Like the people just want to have the flashy lifestyle, like trading and stuff like that. Which is that's still good. It's good as a graft and stuff. But people like. Yeah, they see this finished product on Instagram. They just want that, and they feel like they can get it like that. But
And there's such dark sides to what like social media and stuff does as well that people don't see, and then they get into it and they're like, "Oh fuck!" Like
Yeah,
didn't realize
yeah.
it was that because it's not all shiny and nice. Like,
No, exactly. I
like-
didn't realize sort of how difficult it would be with like the trolls and stuff.
yeah, how do you
Yeah.
find that now? Like,
You know what? I think like little by little, it just breaks you down.
Doesn't it? Yeah, you don't even notice it.
I
Yeah.
know, and it's like I think, oh, you just forget about it. But after some,
don't,
like it's
yeah.
being said over and over again, or the same person is messaging you. Like I get weirdos like this. Like it's always older women as well, which is
it?
really strange.
who have like their kids' names in their bio. I'm like,
yeah.
Your poor
middle-aged
kid.
women
Their
just got
dog or
nothing going on.
something. And like a couple of them, I've like replied back and said like, how would you feel if
it was
this
your
is
daughter?
another woman talking about your daughter like that? And they always retract. Like they'll either delete the messages. One of them pretended she
Consent.
got hacked, and it's been every day
Like,
for
hacked
like
it,
the
that,
last
sorry.
year, like every month. For, yeah,
I
literally.
dropped my
like,
phone.
I'm not believing
Wow.
that. Like, and
It's like as if they send the message for a form of release from
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
And then when
Yeah.
they realise it, like you
You
said,
actually
when
see
you
it.
I've actually read it.
you've actually read it and you did reply, then they're like,
But
they realise then,
but it's-
what am I doing?
It's really unnatural to see that much shit about yourself.
it
Yeah.
is.
Because that's not normal. Like, you're not
normal thing.
meant to know bad things.
No.
People,
No.
people can think or like in their group chats, but to see it, it's really unhealthy. Like.
Yeah.
Hey, like day,
Yeah.
day life before pre-Love Island. No,
Yeah.
no friends or family don't come up to you and go,
Yeah.
you look fat today. Or whatever
You
it
look
is.
shit.
like,
Yeah.
I hope it's not your friends and family saying that to you online.
Oh.
He says your friends and family say you look fat.
Yeah, but random people would
on
say
the
that.
street,
You know,
yeah.
they never, so now you're
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
the friends and family aren't saying it, but all these
Yeah.
people you don't know are saying it. It's
Yeah.
not, I'm not saying
Yeah.
that or whatever, but like nothing wrong with that. But just in general, they're saying all these horrible stuff trying to get to you.
Yeah.
And it's
Mm-hmm.
just
I know, but if anyone said that before Love Island, like you wouldn't be. But whereas now, like no one I didn't know would message me and say you're this, you're that.
Well, now they do.
Because they would
Because
message
they
back
think they
and
can.
saying,
Yeah.
well, fuck you.
Fuck you don't, yeah.
But now obviously I just don't message them back. So I'm like, why would I
Yeah.
waste my time?
Yeah.
But it's not so much the things they say to me. What frustrates me is how there's people in the world like that. I just want to sit them down and just
Yeah.
see what's going on with you.
Sit them and say, why?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it frustrates
Yeah.
me.
I love
That's what
it.
frustrates me.
Yeah.
The stuff they say, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But it's that I
They
just
think
get.
they can say it. That's
Yeah,
what's annoying.
it frustrates me. How like, oh, why would you say that? Like, like, I don't. People. Honestly, I've since come off our show, I say about 70% of the world are tapped.
Yeah.
People are.
You're
people,
noticing it
No,
now.
they're
people
not
are just,
normal.
Yeah.
People are just
They're
mad.
not.
I think, like, what's wrong with you? Like, just people are crazy.
No, I don't get
It
But
just,
then
I,
it's-
think, I
that's-
do think it comes from a jealous place, though. Especially with Love
Yeah,
Island,
yeah.
like they see you as getting all this fame, this
Yeah.
money straight off to come off. They're probably just jealous of that.
I think
Yeah.
with Love
Life,
Island,
like-
it's like a it's quick turnaround of
Oh,
your life. Your
100%.
life changes so quick.
Overnight fame.
Yeah,
you know,
it's literally overnight fame. So people are seeing that saying, well, I want that. But I'm
Yeah.
not going to get it, but I'm just going to give Millie a little
Yeah.
shit for
yeah.
it.
But no, but
Yeah.
they think, oh, she's famous. Like, they're famous. Like, but they think you've always been famous.
yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm famous, but in other people's eyes, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But they think like, he's famous. He's not a real person now. When you think of like someone who's famous, you think of like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, you think, oh, he's like never gonna see my message.
Yeah.
He's famous. Why
Yeah.
would you give a shit about my insult? Like,
But he probably did stuff.
yeah, but maybe he started when he was like 5. Like he's been famous since he was about 5.
Yeah, yeah.
We were literally. I was on a building site, and 8 weeks later, all of a sudden, a lot of the world knew who like.
Well, you can.
Well, not just UK.
But is it hard? See, when
Right, anywhere.
so
Yeah,
you've obviously won Love Island, right? But when you come out, you're obviously like all over every social media thing. When that dies down a little bit, like what is that like?
Is it scary?
Going from like so like,
A bit of a relief.
is it really? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I found it really overwhelming. It is enjoyable, and like, don't get me wrong, you're like, oh my god, like you walk in a room and everybody sort of looks. I find that really intimidating.
Do you?
And I think I don't. Sometimes I say that this world isn't for me. I'd rather have this money and like
Be in the
low-key.
background somewhere, yeah,
like
yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
if I could choose that, I would. But some people love it, and then when it does die down, like the next Love Island comes, and you're kind of you're pushed then to the side.
Yeah.
because there's new islanders, and every year you're getting less and less forgotten about, or
Yeah.
more and more forgotten
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
So you have to, if you want to keep that life up, you have to stay relevant. And I think a lot of that you have to be on TV. I think being on TV keeps you very relevant.
Yeah.
Or doing something where you're in someone's face, in people's face all the time.
Yeah.
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 They're not for me.
No.
No.
And do you still
way.
a lot of your season? Are they still all kind of influencers, or would they be doing their normal
Well,
jobs?
Chloe's
Yeah.
absolutely smashing.
Chloe,
it.
of course, yeah,
She's
yeah.
meant for this industry.
She is.
Like, she,
Killing it.
Yeah.
she's absolutely
Yeah.
doing it. Like, that's the type of person. And like, we're very different, I think, in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we live together now, so we have very different routines, and our lives are different, but we work quite well together. And I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about how you're getting on?
Yeah, like
Who are the boys from your? I'm trying to think.
I think everything's
What-
still the same. I feel like obviously it's not as heightened as when you
Yeah.
first come out.
No.
But when I still go places, still get noticed. Like,
Still the
all
same,
time,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
So it's no, but you still,
I
it's
feel
not-
like
don't
your
lie,
year
still-
was the last year that was really good. So like
You
that.
reckon?
It's definitely died down.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
I can't even remember anyone from last season there really.
Oh.
Like summer.
Um,
Tyreek.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Yeah. But even that, I was like dipping in and out watching it. I wasn't
Yeah,
really...
yeah. But it's the same. We know what's going to happen. The same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
They're not doing the winter one anymore, are they?
No, that's
Did they
correct,
pull
I
that
think.
completely?
Too much. But they got like
Yeah.
4 this year, 3 this year. Like
Literally,
Love Island Games, the All
coming
Stars.
up,
I know.
All
The winter
stars,
one.
Yeah.
games, yeah.
Yeah.
Summer, like, is that how much Love Island can we all watch?
No.
Yeah.
It's too much.
But no, it's like obviously when you first come out, like every brand is throwing stuff at you, money, deals, you're getting loads and loads of engagement and likes on Instagram. That slowly drops off. But like I think when it first does, you're like, oh shit, it's happening, it's happening. But then
Yeah.
then you just don't care there. Like, like when it first started happening, I was like, oh shit, am I getting the next Love Island's coming round? But I don't care anymore. I'm just like I feel more I'm just happy
Content.
now. Like
Yeah.
I'm still got my health, I got everything positive, amazing things going on in my life.
Yeah.
I'm still got, this platform. I'm just happy, I'm like, it's like
And a
I've
lovely
had amazing-
girlfriend as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, I had an amazing experience. Met Millie, done so many amazing things. Like, if you want to develop it, like Chloe now, she's still going and going. I'll always take opportunities where they come, and like, if other things will pop up, whatever. But yeah, I feel like people just like they do panic, and it can be panicky, because like you get treated like this bloody film star, pop star, whatever, and then it starts slowing off because the new one's out. But
And especially if, like, it must be really hard for the Islanders who've only been on it maybe for like a week or two.
yeah,
I know.
Or
Yeah.
Like, my
a
life
couple
changed then.
days. Some of them, like,
Yeah.
it's brutal.
And,
that way.
and some of them, like, from the past couple of years, like, have messaged my management, messaged your management, and it's like it's hard to break it to them to be like, you're not going to make
Not
a
gonna
career
happen.
out of this. And, like,
Because it's not going to happen for everyone.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
not
you
at
can't.
all.
Yeah, you
But
can't
people think,
expect-
even if you've
yeah.
gone in for a week, people think, oh yeah, he's on. He's
I made it now,
Made
yeah.
it. It
It's
doesn't
not
work
like
like that.
that,
Like, maybe 5 years ago, but like
Not now.
you need to be in the
There's
final.
so much
like,
now.
There's
that,
too
like,
many of us.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
so
so
many.
many.
And
It's-
and
yeah.
other reality TV shows, like, it's oversaturated.
Yeah.
There
so
is
many
a lot. You can't even watch
TikTokers,
them all. Like,
like
No.
influencers, TV celebrities, everything now, and like, and people, the public who used to buy into it, are bored. They don't give a,
Yeah.
like they see ad,
And
now,
they
like,
just
boom,
swipe
don't
it
care.
away.
Isn't it?
And
Yeah.
now they're just like, oh, another influencer, now this,
Yeah.
like, and people, they get bored of it. I mean, so like,
Course.
but yeah, it's a funny industry, but.
Yeah, it is.
But for me, like I've got loads of good friends on me, got my family around me,
That's
got
what's
Millie, like
important.
so like if it's slow, it's down, it doesn't matter for me. Like I'm happy.
Yeah.
I always have my career to fall back on, and I fall back on like like I say, I'm developing. I'm not falling back on anything. I'm developing.
You
on it.
want, that's
You
what
know
you
what I
want
mean? It's what I want
to
to do.
Yeah.
So like yeah, but if I can imagine for other people, maybe if they don't have that sort of structure around them, it can be a bit more
And
difficult,
even
maybe.
your mental health, like you can see that from
Yeah,
past
yeah.
100%.
situations as well. Like
100%.
scary.
Really, I think an important thing to reflect on.
Talk about.
Especially, the big change that you go through, and dealing with life after Love Island. Like, I don't know if you watched the documentary.
I did see it. I
So
did.
many people, like, the Islanders, like, will talk about how they felt, and
Yeah.
it's hard to deal with, I think, and you have to be a very, very strong person.
So you know the way you get medical before and all.
Yeah.
Do they check how mentally strong you are in that, or like
Yeah.
Oh, do
how?
they? Yeah.
What do they ask?
And they will literally ask from your childhood onwards, like, talk about everything, and then from that they will sort of
Will judge them,
determine
yeah.
whether
If
they
you'd be
think
strong
you're
enough or not.
sane enough.
Really?
Yeah.
But they ask,
Could you,
like,
could you
different
fake
things,
it
like-
though? Could you be like, I'm
Oh
fine?
yeah,
Yeah, but it was something.
I'm
Yeah.
mentally sane.
Yeah.
because you know what they're doing. So
No,
if
but
you
it was-
want,
yeah.
Of course, you
There were
could
some
sway
things
it.
which I didn't know. I knew the answer to, but I didn't know what the answer she would be looking
Yeah,
for.
you didn't know which way.
Ah,
So I was like, yeah, I
yeah.
didn't know, which would be in my favor because I knew I was fine.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'll be out.
Be
Like,
in my favour.
I said, is it right answer to this? She said, no, it's completely, compulsory. But I'm like, yeah, but is it though?
Not wrong or right, but
I-
you thought there was.
At the end, they're like, right, am I okay? Am I right? Like,
Did I pass?
did I pass? Am I okay to go in there? She's like, yeah, you're fine. I was like, even though it's no wrong answer, but she's like, it's no wrong answer. But yeah, it is, isn't it? Because if I say the wrong answer, I'm not going on the show.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to think, but no, it's fine, obviously. but after Love Island, they do give you up for 18 months after they offer you
18, no, 8 weeks.
no 18 months after they offer you a free therapist. 18 months after.
Happy days.
Yeah.
I didn't need it for that
You'd be
long.
delighted.
I'd love
Yeah, it was 18 months. To be fair, like, I was at the start. I was like, no, like I went to. I was like, I'm fine. You know, like
Yeah.
I felt if anything, I was going there, and then I was thinking, is this? Am I okay? Like, 'cause she was asking me questions, and I was like,
That's maybe how I feel about therapy.
Yeah.
I feel worse when I go to therapy.
Yeah,
Do
but you do,
you?
but then you feel better after.
No, you don't. It's like they bring up trauma. I'm like, I don't.
How
wanna
many did you
talk
do?
about that. Too many that made me cry. That I was like,
Did you
not
do
going
too
back.
much?
No.
Did a good few. Yeah.
Oh.
And I'd
Yeah.
be sobbing driving home. Like, why am I doing
Then
that?
No.
trauma getting unlocked.
Yeah, but then you need to get it out, and then eventually
Yeah.
You can't stitch up a wound that's still bleeding.
yeah, of course. But I think
Yeah.
at the time I didn't need it. So then I was like doing it. I was like, right, I'm kind of making myself feel a bit thingy, but I didn't even need to. I didn't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't need to offload anything. So then, like, when she was asking me questions, I felt like I was like sort of
Making
lying.
things up.
I was lying to make things up then, because like I thought, right, otherwise you're gonna have to talk about.
Pretending you're depressed.
Not to friend. Not to pretend. I was like, I've got nothing left. I've got nothing to talk.
Fine, why am I here? Like,
But I was like, but they should go to him. I said, look, I wasn't making things up.
Same for me.
But I was just like, you know, but she was like, what do you feel about that? I said, oh, maybe. I don't know, like, maybe I would feel like that. So I mean, just have a conversation. But then really, I was like, look, I'm fine. But I think maybe 6 months down the line, it would have been a bit handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
the dust
great.
starts to settle.
Straight
like-
up.
Yeah, that's not to settle.
Started,
I was living it. I was fucking living life when I
Yeah.
first came off. You know, like I didn't need it. You know, but then later on, I was like, yeah, that could have been handy.
Okay.
Straight-
But I never
yeah.
went back to it.
Yeah.
Bring my mother.
Yeah.
I
Mom, I
have to
feel like
ask,
shit. Talk to me.
when you relaunched your relationship after the breakup,
Yeah.
what did you decide to do? And like, was it nerve wracking?
Honest to God, it felt like
to be like-
we're like looking into like.
my God,
Was there
yeah.
a phone
And, like,
call?
it was like an undercover mission, right? It was
We were
like
getting packed,
you-
like in secret. Like, well, 'cause
Yeah.
we went on the first one was the cruise that
Well,
we
no.
went on.
yeah.
right?
Well, we actually went down. We first met. We went on the beach.
Oh, we went to the Lake District.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was that. We went on the beach when we first met up. We went up in the car. Went to
Beach.
the
No
beach.
one caught us at the beach.
Some girls saw us.
Oh.
Some saw us.
Yeah, which weren't
And
like
you know, they do
pictures.
like
I
a
know.
double take.
I had a hat on. I had mask on. I was like, could have been anyone.
This was
there.
like the first time we'd seen each other in like
Yeah.
7 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
But and then we went to the Lake District, and then
Packed in Dominoes.
people saw us there, patting dominoes, and everyone was asking, "Is it true?" And I was like, we just weren't replying because at that point we were trying to like build it back up.
You
Slowly.
didn't know if it was true
Yeah,
or
you
not,
were trying to
probably at
work
the
out
same
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
we wanted to figure it out.
Yeah, because one of the main
privately.
reasons we broke up was because, like, we just thrown in. Like, we knew each other for 7 weeks.
It's pressure, a lot
yeah,
of
but then we started living
pressure.
together, and then if we didn't post for like 3 days, 4 days, have they broke up? You know, like
Oh.
I hope you haven't.
Drama.
I hope you haven't hurt my girl. To me, like she deserves the world. You better be looking at. You better be looking after her. I'm like, fuck off. What about me? You know. But every day I'm like, this is what my head is like, and I felt like I had to pretend to be happy
Yeah.
to people online, and then that made me unhappy.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
you know, like, and I was like, this is too much. You know, I'm more of a low key guy in this. and,
Yeah,
like,
and people
are-
online ruining things.
yeah, and like, you know,
Yeah.
and like it was always like, you better be looking after my, and it was always like me, like, you know, like,
You're the problem. Like,
yeah, like, but
Yeah.
people are always like, but she is like this queen and angel, and she is.
Look
But
at
she
her,
could
yeah,
be,
she
she is. She
Yeah.
could be a fucking pain in the ass sometimes, like. But so can anyone. I'm a pain in the ass sometimes. But like,
Yeah.
it's just people at you.
oh, like we go out in public. You're lucky you're with her. She's too good for you. And like, and I'm like,
Yeah, people
thanks.
actually
I'm saying,
say things.
I don't want you to say like, you know, like, I don't want.
Or
you
I'll
to
come up and be like, can I have a photo? Not of you though, Liam. Like, don't like you.
in person.
But yeah, women to build Millie up because they were like, oh yeah, let's put her on a pedestal. They put me down,
Yeah.
which is fine, you know, like whatever.
And then I had to be like, don't be like that.
I know, because
Yeah,
that's
right.
someone you love.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like, I
Yeah.
don't want to take a photo of you now.
No.
Like that. So
She never actually said
pissed
that.
off.
She said that.
I would go, yeah. Right. No,
But no, so then we like, that's one of the reasons, you know, we broke up and stuff. So when we like, you know, started speaking again, meeting up, I wanted just us two, no one else involved.
Yeah.
I want to get their hands in there and like, yeah, you know, like, so when people saw us there and they were posting and they got out and then we were still trying to keep it under wraps. And we went on a cruise together.
Yeah.
I posted a photo and then like, I think Millie's toe was in the background.
Oh, no.
And then,
actually your toe,
Reflection.
is it?
Oh, I
Was it
don't know.
actually
The
your toe?
glasses,
No.
wasn't it?
I
And
don't
on
know,
my
glass
toe.
my arm would be in the background or something, and like they were
With your
putting two and two
chain.
together, and it was everywhere. TikTok, like these undercover people.
Was
like,
it kind of funny though, looking at
It
like
was
watching
quite
it? I was thinking,
It was like, I was like,
we're getting a kick out of it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Behind the scenes,
Yeah.
like this.
Because really, like we were in a room together, and like it was only us two, and like on the cruise ship was actually like quiet. No one, really, it was full of Americans.
Oh,
Although
right.
some people noticed us, no one, some of them didn't even know we had broken up. Some of the Americans. Yeah, it was, oh, yeah, Millie and Liam, like whatever. So then like it was like it was all over the press. Like all our social media was going crazy. Like thousands and thousands of people were like, oh my God, it was just me and her in a room. Like, and it was like, that's what I feel like sometimes we like our social media. If social media died tomorrow, people forget.
Who you are.
You're real
I feel
people.
like, no, but like it's massive online. We had thousands. I don't know 1,000 people.
Yeah.
But then like thousands of people like looking, trying to
Imagine
see
having
if
that many people standing in front of you.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
I think the first time I saw the two of yous like
Yeah,
back
that's
together,
never-
it was some award show. Were you wearing a gold dress or something?
The
or-
Barbie premiere was.
Oh,
Barbie, yeah.
premiere, was
Properly
it?
got
Was that the first time you
pictures.
was properly?
Well, we went out in public.
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
sort of
Is
a
it? I can't remember.
couple. Yeah, well,
We were on Instagram before that, weren't we?
no, we hadn't posted on Instagram.
Hadn't we?
No.
Oh, there we are then.
Yeah.
'Cause
By the
we-
way,
Yeah, wow.
sorry, I saw Ryan Gosling that night. And Margot Robbie, but you know, he's just as cool
Well, we were
as
too
him.
embarrassed to
Also,
go up and
the
say
notebook.
no.
But he walked past me and I was like, oh my God. The
Right.
notebook,
I'd like that as well.
Oh yeah.
it's up there with
No.
one of my favourite
Who
films.
else did we see?
We saw Will Ferrell
Will Ferrell.
Oh my God.
right next to us.
I feel like he's not a real person. If I
No, it was not real.
honestly,
I was like,
yeah.
I just want to touch him, touch his face. Are you real?
that was
way.
amazing.
Oh my
it was
God.
crazy.
And
Like,
things like that, like, because you do generally just with like normal people, like
Yeah.
do with everything and normal people do. But then we get to go to things like
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
you see people like Ryan Gosling, Will Ferrell, and I'm like,
Well,
as if we're here
yeah.
right now. This is so fucking.
You're literally on the
weird.
same
Yeah.
carpet as them.
Yeah.
Breathing the air. Like.
Yeah, and
Mark-
like
yeah.
people trust you to just stand next to them. Like,
Yeah.
like I just could go take a photo, like, but I didn't.
You didn't. And you feel because you probably don't want to because you get people getting pictures with you. Maybe
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
that what it is?
So you
that
know-
you're less likely to
Yeah,
do it.
that's true, actually.
Yeah.
yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
like I don't think there's anyone. Oh, there's one guy I actually asked for a photo, and that's Brian May from Queen. Well, we were in a crowd. We went to this ITV
Was
event.
he actually in
And he was
Queen?
sat next to me. He was Brian May from Queen.
Oh,
And I thought, right, my dad would love this. So he was sat next to me. I was like, Brian, get a photo of you. So I had a photo of him, and he's a lovely guy. But he's like, Freddie Mercury. He's in a band,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
huge. But there's no one really. I wouldn't like
No,
have a photo.
and we also
Because I would rather just like see him, say hi, or whatever. Like
Yeah.
a photo, I don't care.
you'd
like,
rather say hello. How are you? Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
have a
no,
conversation.
Yeah.
I prefer that.
I prefer
as
that
well.
too.
Yes, if someone comes up, like,
Yeah.
it's sweet. 'Cause some people are really, really nervous and they're like shaking. taking a
Yeah,
photo.
yeah.
But when people come up and, how are you? What have you been doing?
Yeah, it's
You have a
nice.
little chat.
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like some people come up and just like boom, photo,
That's
stick.
all they care.
Don't even
about,
ask.
Yeah.
They probably
There's
don't
some
even
people.
know. Yeah,
Yeah, they don't
I
even
know.
care about me. Don't even know my name. Some people.
Yeah.
I used to, after the show, I did loads of PAs, like cover
Yeah.
appearances,
Personally, yeah.
and there'd be queues of like super massive queue of people coming up for photos, and some people in the queue. I don't know who you are, but people on a photo, so I thought I'd have one.
We got that in on Saturday.
got that on Saturday
yeah.
night, actually.
I'm not sure who he's.
Don't know who you are.
God,
Selfies
yeah.
because everyone else is.
Why?
Okay. So what are you going to do with that picture when you
I'll show my daughter.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing with
I
that?
got a photo with that guy. He's always out on beach. He was in EastEnders before. What's his name? You definitely know him.
You know.
Dean or
Oh,
something.
Dean Gaffney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my mum loves you.
No
I
way.
don't think she even loved him,
Yeah.
but she loves EastEnders. Like, so I was like, I had to get a picture.
Was it alcohol induced?
Oh yeah.
It's better if you're a little bit drunk.
Oh,
Yeah, it works. A little
We
bit
asked
better.
Anton Deck for a photo though. Don't lie about
Oh,
that.
I would
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Are they
did
nice?
not ask.
No, we didn't ask him.
We did
We
not.
went
They
there.
asked you?
No, we went down the front. I said, come and see Anton Deck, because we were at the
what?
NTA Awards. I said, let's go and see him. I was shook. Hey boys, I just want to meet you. He said, I'm going to tell us who you are. I've been watching you all summer. Well done.
No.
And his missus was there, his wife was there. And he said, love, quick, get a photo of us. So we haven't got the photos, it's on their phone.
Oh, I thought it.
Oh.
You'll have to
I
text
don't-
them and ask them. Send that to me now.
Yeah.
When's
Probably
it from?
forgot
Like a
my
year ago or something?
2
That
years
photo.
ago. Yeah.
But they were nice.
I want to frame it. We want.
But no, they were nice. But that's nice, meeting all them people is, it's nice.
Yeah.
I've watched them since I was a kid.
Fun, yeah.
And they kind of speak to you as if you're like, they are just normal people as well. by the
Yeah.
way.
Of course,
They are just
They
normal
yeah.
take
people.
all the fame away from a
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is nice stuff like that. Going to different events. Yeah.
And any future plans for the two of you? Any ring coming soon?
Yeah.
What kind of ring?
He's like me. Oh.
Okay.
What kind of ring?
What do you mean that?
I was going to go down and get a couple of new signet rings the other day.
Get Clatter ring because you're an Ireland.
No. Liam's just
Alright,
forgetting
then.
he's 24.
Yeah, I'm 24.
Oh, Why do you think
No
you're
rush
older?
yet.
I know, but
In the
I think it's
future.
because you're so tall.
Yeah. In the
he
future,
looks
definitely.
older.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, we've got a lot of plans, but I think you've
There's no rush.
got a lot of life to do.
Yeah.
When you got a life as
No,
well.
I'm
She literally thinks
I'm
she's a grandma.
turning
She's 2 years
30
older than me.
years.
2 years older.
That's
That's
Ellie
turning
always
30.
calls herself an
And
Ellie.
you're 27 now,
I'm
are you?
turning 27 literally on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
I went 28, but I feel like my life is over. I'm like, that's me.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm like
28, I might as well be 40.
yeah.
I'm
That's
25, but I think I have osteoporosis already. Kind of thing where your bones
What's
always
that
break.
mean?
When you have brittle bones.
Brittle bones.
Brittle bones. Like, no,
Mate, I
I'm
literally have 2
good.
damaged discs in my back, my lower back. I'm like an old man in my back.
Is that from building?
I think it's from building, being tall, just
Life.
being an idiot when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, but I literally go to bed in the morning. I'm like, like bent
No,
over.
you've got a bad back.
You know? Yeah, it's not good for a 24-year-old.
And the final question, what is your best relationship advice that you can give our listeners?
Oh,
Um,
a relationship advice.
pass. Can you pass? Is there a pass on that one?
No, you have to answer.
You go first.
It doesn't have
Relationship
to
advice.
be like, it can be anything.
I don't know. Just
Oh, I know my one is compromise. Is such a
that's
good
what I was
thing.
going to say.
Are you as good at doing that?
No. Right, and that's probably the one thing is
That's the
gets in our
weakness.
way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's what we need to work on. Communication and compromising are like two key. You know, as long as you've got that, which we're working on, then you can.
Are you both stubborn? Is that why?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Very stubborn. He doesn't want to admit when he's done something wrong, and I won't admit when I've done something
Yeah.
wrong. So
Okay.
then we both just kind of go. "Let's
Neither
both
of us are
disagree."
doing. Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
let's just move on.
shit.
But then I'm still annoyed about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say sorry, though. Just
Oh,
Be
but
the
you don't
best.
mean it.
no, but yeah, I don't mean it. But I'll say it to like, you know, just I'll give in.
That's like Dano. He pretend. He's like, what do you want me to say sorry for? And I tell him, he's like, sorry for the X, Y, and Z. And just like says
And
it.
you're like,
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't mean it.
Yeah.
Yes. Like,
But sometimes like
Can't win.
if it's something I can't not physically apologise for because I'm not wrong for that. You know, I will.
Yeah, but that's when it annoys me. 'cause
I said I
know
can't
you
apologise for that
can't.
because I'm admitting that, and I didn't. And I'm not sorry for that. But I am sorry for anything else I do wrong.
just pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. That's the key.
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just if you know I'm annoyed by it, just say sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know. Like advice.
You
know,
might not have even done it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
I feel like you got to talk.
Yeah.
You know, it's better to talk it out than. But I feel like I'm good at this. Like you just see red
Yeah.
instead of just like not acting on impulse.
Oh yeah.
That's something I never do. I never act on impulse. I'll always like think about the situation first.
Yeah.
Don't let my act on emotions. then-
I'll speak before I think, and
Yeah.
I'll just say, blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards people are like, did you mean that? And I say, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But I don't like saying things I don't mean. You know, and if I don't like, yeah.
And then you take it to heart. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
bringing
don't.
up the past. I'm not quite healed.
Yeah, but we're working on these things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a nasty
Yeah.
red.
This is like a therapy.
I know, what the hell?
Yeah.
Even the chairs look a bit
No?
Guys,
You hold- oh my God.
Therapy.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
guys.
Thank you, girl. Thank you.
We'll have to have you back on again and enjoy the rest of your day in Dublin.
Oh,
We will. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye.
We always want to help you and give you advice, kind of like the conversations you have with the girls in the bathroom of a nightclub that tell you things you need to hear and share their secrets and advice and give you the real talk. And that's why the segment is called Secrets from the Stalls. We give you advice, like we said, and try not to ruin your life.
Uh-huh.
So all these dilemmas have been sent in to our email address, which is homeidrink@goloudnow.com. And this is the only way we take in dilemmas for this segment, not through DMs, and they're always anonymous as well. So the first one here is, hi Charleen and Ellie. First of all, I want to start off by saying how much I love you girls so much and let you know how much the podcast has brightened up my days. And I always listen when I'm feeling stressed about college work and assignments, and you always make me so much better. So thank you girls so much. We love you. My dilemma is that I like a lad for some time now, but I don't know how to approach the situation. I'm a very shy person. I don't really talk to much lads or get much male attention on nights out, etc. This lad is a family friend, so I'm afraid of getting embarrassed if things do not go my way, etc. Anytime I see him, I feel nervous on nights out, even if I have a few drinks in me. I don't know how to approach the situation. This evening I saw him in the gym and froze, so I don't know what to do. Any advice would be much appreciated. Thank you so much, girls.
That's so cute. I froze.
Oh, I know. Oh. I know what you mean by afraid of getting embarrassed if things don't go right, because you probably have to see him all the time if he's a family friend. Like he'll be at like gatherings or like.
Like, how do you start letting somebody know you like them?
I know.
Like their Instagram story.
Yeah.
Add them to your close friends.
Yeah.
I feel like that's always a little way to be like.
I think you should approach by texting them first or something.
What could you say?
I think in person you can't just be like, hey, I like you.
Yeah, hi, I like you.
You just start replying to his stories. Like, use the power of social media. You know him. Like, it's not like you're meeting some random on social media. Like, you know him. He knows you. Like, and you can kind of gauge his vibe that way.
You always say you'll know if somebody likes you.
Kind of easier in person, but it's easier for her to text. But like, if he's giving you quick replies or like being a bit flirty with you, like that might kind of give you an indication a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it in person. I'd die.
Yeah.
I'd want the ground to follow me up. He was like, well.
I know. If you didn't see it that way, like
you'll get the
also,
gist. Like you'll get the vibe.
The worst that can happen is he says no, and you
Yeah,
tried.
true.
You tried, and it's
You have your answer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what you could say to him if you've seen him.
Do what you did with Daniel. Send him a picture. Someone say you're
You
the
look like
image of him.
I think just like I don't know.
I think start with social media anyway. Start liking the stories or like
Yeah. Or like even make more of an effort to talk to him nights out. You don't have to be like, hey, I like you. Just chat to him normally.
just make it known that you're there.
Yeah. And he doesn't know what you know. So the reason you're freezing and getting nervous because you're like, I like him. Like he doesn't know that. So just act like you would if you didn't like him.
Do you think a boy knows when you like them? Or they absolutely clueless?
Depends on the man. Some of them would have not a clue because they can't read signals like that. But also same with girls though.
Yeah, you
both
don't know.
we're like that too sometimes, that we're like, oh, well, he likes me, like, and everyone else can see it and you can't, like. But I think start with a bit of social media, like poke the bear.
Remember you used to poke
Bear
people on
poking
Facebook?
yeah, don't do that. But you can't. You used to be able to. Can you still do that?
Nudge people on MSN.
Yeah.
What? I still remember that. The noise of it, the little ding-a-ling-ling.
Oh my god. I don't think I nudge people. Oh, you could, because you tell them to. If you tell them to go
Like,
and
hello.
Yeah. Very.
Where are you?
Yeah, it's very needy. Isn't it?
WB.
Yeah.
Come on, like, yeah.
But yeah, I think don't overthink it. Let it flow. Just talk to him as if he's a friend. You don't have to start thinking, oh, how am I going to flirt? How am I doing this? Like, just talk to him as a friend, but more than you would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute. The last one we have then is, hi girls, I love the podcast and you're both such an inspiration to the Irish girlies. I'm 20 years old and I've been single my whole life. I've had a few flings but never anything too serious. I always end up getting hurt and betrayed by boys. I can't seem to understand why. And I would always blame myself even though I know in my heart it's not me. I would consider myself an attractive, intelligent girl and have a great personality and a lot going for me. I always seem to get down about being single, especially when most of my friends were in relationships. It's like my Roman Empire. I've been on a lot of first dates and I feel like I have a guard up now from being so hurt in the past. No one has stood out for me yet. I know I am young and I'm waiting for the right one, but maybe I have my standards set too high and I'm starting to think there's no one for me, but maybe I'm just not ready and still have some inner healing to do. I'd love to know your thoughts. Love you both. You're so young.
You have so much time to find a lovely man. You're right to set your standards high. Yeah. At that age, it's so good that you are so self-aware to know that and to be setting them now.
Like,
because
who's to tell you that they're too high? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's your standards. Yeah. That's what you will accept and not go down from. So it's probably the longer you stay single, in a way.
To wait to find somebody who will meet your standards.
Yeah. And like if your
Why
friends...
should you settle for less?
Exactly.
Because we all do it every now and again.
Yeah.
We have weak moments and settle for less than we deserve.
Mm-hmm.
But you knowing at 20 what your standards are?
Yeah.
I couldn't spell the word standards at 20.
Yeah.
Never mind know what mine were. Jesus.
Like you said, you're intelligent. Like, you know what you bring to the table. Yeah. And that's huge.
So cool.
You're actually in a really good position, I would say. Like, I know you probably don't see it that way, but like when you look back, I think you will. And like, if your friends are in relationships, you can kind of learn from their mistakes, which is good. Because you're probably seeing them go through shit and like
This young.
Yeah, and like,
Yes.
yeah, no. This is the time to like focus on you and your college and like, like men can really affect your emotions. Like they can affect your trajectory of your life. If you're in college and you're going to fight with someone, you don't do as well in your exam because of it. Like, you know what I mean? You're kind of
Imagine failing college because your fellow was fighting with you.
Like, yeah.
That's the path of your life. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh no.
Like that can happen too. So I think you're putting too much thought into it. I think take a step back, see where you're at. Be like, I'm actually in a really good place. I have standards. I know I bring to the table, and like if someone doesn't meet them, then they're not right.
Yeah.
But like, don't like you can still go on dates and stuff. You don't have to. Not everything has to be serious.
Yeah, you don't have to be celibate. Like, is that the word?
Yeah. But like, you don't have to go into everything being like, I want a relationship. You could just date for fun and date, like Francis said, the relationship coach we had on. That like, you can date just to find out what you like.
Yeah.
Because you might think you like something, you go on a date with someone you like that, and you're like, oh,
Didn't really like that.
don't really like that part of them, or like,
You find out more about yourself and what you want. You might find out new things that, oh my God, I actually really liked that in a fella.
yeah, that
you
think
never
you'd like.
knew.
Exactly, yeah. So I think if your guard up for now is fine. I think it's if you meet someone you like and your guard's still up, that's when you kind of have to work on it.
Yeah.
But your guard being up and knowing your standards are high, that's a good thing. I think.
You're only protecting yourself.
Yeah, exactly. We love you.
Love you.
You can send your dilemmas to homeidrink@goloudnow.com. We've answered even more of your dilemmas in our bonus episode, Home I Drink Extra Juice. So listen back to those after this episode, and listen back to a new one that's coming out to you on Monday and every Monday. And you can listen on the GoLoud app or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, birds.
Love you.
Love you.
You can go back and listen to our bonus episode for Monday, Home I Drink Extra Juice. Make sure to listen back to that now before a new bonus episode comes to you next Monday. Don't forget to like, rate and subscribe to the podcast, and we'll see you on Monday. See you then.
Love you. Bye.
Subscribe to this podcast for free on the GoLoud app.